set. They were the same sets forever, and you know that they were fairly minimalistic. Now, where could you hide your script so that it wasn't caught by the camera? I used to think, oh, put it in the press. Just while we're rehearsing, I'll just put it there and I'll be practicing what I've got. And of course, business would go on and I'd go, right, okay, right. We're going to film, and this one would be up at the press and lift it up, and there'd be the script, not a sheet, my script. So I used to watch all the other actors work out where they hid the scripts that the camera couldn't find it. And I'm clearly interested in the two directors and cameramen down here. Did you ever have stories about scripts being shot in a scene that went to air for the public?
There are many. There are many. And the most important thing to remember is that every one of them had their own little tricks of some sort, not just about hiding scripts. And they would think that nobody would see it. And I've got to tell you, we saw many, many things indeed. But the script thing was, I can remember a scene with that particular press, and I'd ask, because my camera was always moving, and we may not get a chance to do a full rehearsal with the proper move. And everything worked out beautifully, and the camera came around and to the end bit of there it was, sitting on the press, quietly, Caroline.
Yes, well, the secret spots for hiding it. And I think that I heard about Patsy often in the office had lots of files she had to file, and the drawer would come open and there'd be a script there and a little reaction to camera and then fiddling around. Is that true? Was that a good spot for you?
No, I actually didn't have the scripts on the set.
Oh, it was too professional.
Being Erica, she was very methodical. I just learned things at home and hoped for the best. And usually it worked out, Rob.
It did indeed.
But she had endless things to say to people, and quite often they were repetitive. But I liked the character very much, and I think this is what helped me get over all those lines that I say. But one of the things that I did enjoy was getting notes from the people who used to watch, like yourselves. And one person wrote in and wanted to know if I had legs. I was always sitting behind the desk. So I mentioned this to the writers. Well, the next few scripts, Erica didn't stop for a minute. She was working on it. She was in the reception. And I hope the person was satisfied that I did have that. But it was the first 12 months, I suppose it was, Erica was behind the desk all the time. And eventually she did get outside and do lots of things like normal people do. And she developed, but in the beginning, she was a bit of a mystery. There wasn't a great deal of background, except that her mother was very much involved in social work, and her brother was a judge. And I think you may remember he did appear on occasions. I think her father was dead by that time. I can't really remember.
Yes, he was a serial killer.
But we had a tremendous lot of fun during the show, and we all got on extremely well. And it's probably one of the most enjoyable television things that I ever did. So it's great to have so many of you here still enjoying it. And obviously, you could sit at home and watch your favourite episodes because you've got all the.
Let them watch those 10 play for which we're not being paid.
The actor you were talking about was John Frawley. He came back years later as a part of a storyline killing prison escapees.
I worked with John on stage, but not in television. He was great fun too. He seemed the character seemed stuffy, but he wasn't as a person. Does anyone have a question they want to ask?
We'll come back to that later. We're actually going to have a break now for lunch, everyone. Once we've had lunch, we'll start having our autograph and photos.
I'm obviously talking the guns.
We're not going to complain. It's great to have you here.